Imagine that you've just met a woman whose beauty, wit, and presence are completely enticing you. You can't help but wonder if she feels the same way. Are you thinking about her as much as she is thinking about you? Actually, getting a woman to like you isn't about luck or magic. It's about understanding the deeper layers of human connection, which are a reflection of our own philosophies and how we live our lives. Today, we're going to explore the deep wisdom of Stoicism and find out how its principles can make you irresistibly attractive to that special woman, making her think about you all the time. Stoicism isn't just about keeping your cool and getting through hard times. It's also about facing life's challenges with grace and finding meaning in every experience, especially in relationships. It's about controlling our feelings, thoughts, and actions to become stronger, more confident, and ultimately more attractive to the people we want to date. Are you ready to start this journey of self-discovery and learn the secrets of Stoic attraction? If you want to make your relationship skills better and become the kind of man who can win a woman's heart and mind, click like and subscribe on our channel. This book is full of life-changing information, so let's start reading and learn the Stoic way to a love that lasts and makes you happy. First, remember that this method not only uses the ancient knowledge of Stoicism, but also works perfectly with the art of making a woman think about you. Stoics stress how important it is to pay attention to the little things in order to understand the world and ourselves better. We can use this same idea in our relationships, especially with people we care about. It's all about the little things. Little things you remember about someone are a modest but powerful way to show you care. Think about it. Doesn't it make you feel important when someone remembers something small about you? This is especially true when you're with a woman who is likely to be naturally interested in small things. In Stoicism, we focus on observing and understanding the finer details of our environment and the people in it, which can lead to deeper insights and connections. When you're with a woman, noticing and remembering small things about her can make you stand out. When you're talking to her, it shows that you're not only there, but also interested. Do you like coffee? Does she have a favorite author? What small things do you like? Finding out things that make her happy are gold. For example, if she says she loves a certain blend of coffee, surprise her by bringing it up in a later conversation, or, even better, having it ready for her before she asks. This isn't just about listening. It's about showing that you care about her preferences. When she talks about her day or a personal preference next time, either remember it or write it down for later. Bringing these things up later shows that you're not just listening, but also understanding what she values. Stoicism tells us not to dominate, but to balance. When you remember these little things, it's not about bragging about a great memory. It's about building a relationship. It's like telling someone you see them and appreciate them without saying it out loud. This builds trust. You can make her feel closer to you by showing that you care about her feelings and thoughts. But remember that this isn't a technique that should be used too much, just like the Stoics. Balance everything. Also balance how much you remember and share. Make it feel normal, not like a list you're checking off. And while you're at it, share some mystery about yourself. But don't share too much. By paying attention to these details, you're not just playing a game. You're laying the groundwork for a possible connection in which both of you feel seen and valued. You're connecting with her on a deeper level that most people would miss. It's not enough to just get her to think about you. You want to make a link that could lead to something deeper. So the next time, really pay attention to the little things and talk about them later in a way that shows you care. Second, notice how her eyes light up when she knows you've been paying attention. These are the times that make lasting impressions. Be unpredictably you. This may sound like it's all about being spontaneous and exciting, and while that's true, it also explores deeper wisdom, especially from the Stoic point of view. Stoicism teaches us to accept change and the unknown, and we can use this to make interactions memorable and exciting, especially when it comes to romance. Being unpredictable means breaking out of routine and monotony. Remember that when you're with someone special, especially a woman you're interested in, the last thing you want is for your time together to be predictable. Stoics like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius often talked about how important it is to live life to the fullest and not let fear hold you back. This way of thinking can directly apply to how you deal with her. Psychological studies show that when people do new and exciting things, they often get excited by things they didn't expect. Dopamine is a chemical that makes them feel good and increases attraction. If you're always doing something different, she'll associate those exciting feelings with you. To spice things up, try something that neither of you has done before. For example, if you've spent most of your time indoors, plan a day of adventure sports like rock climbing or a last-minute road trip to an unknown destination. The point is to do things that get her adrenaline pumping. Change up the things you talk about. If you normally talk about everyday things, add a thought-provoking philosophical question or a crazy hypothetical situation. This will keep the conversation interesting. For example, you're walking through the city and decide to go to a street fair with dance acts instead of just getting coffee. Seize the moment, join the dance, and enjoy the freedom of the situation. You might learn that she has never been to a certain local landmark. To get her there suddenly, it's important to make these experiences feel fresh and exciting. From a Stoic point of view, being unpredictable isn't about being careless, but about being open to life's possibilities and enjoying experiences as they come without any expectations. This fits with the Stoic idea of living in harmony with nature, which is unpredictable and full of surprises. If you consistently add something unexpected to your time together, she will start to see you as someone who makes her life more exciting. This won't just make her like you more at the time, it will also make memories that she will associate with you, making her think of you even years later. So push yourself to leave your comfort zone, not only to keep her guessing, but also to improve your own experiences, so you can both learn new things about yourself and grow as a person. Remember that life is full of surprising journeys, and sharing them with someone can make them more memorable. 3. Use implanted commands. Let's look at an interesting idea that comes from the ancient philosophy of Stoicism, but has direct applications to how you can subtly change a woman's mind about you. Stoicism teaches us how to control our thoughts and feelings, and we can use this knowledge to learn how to communicate effectively, especially when it comes to leaving a lasting impression. Now, think about the idea of implanted commands. It's not a new trick. It's been used smartly for hundreds of years. While Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca weren't chatting up their interests like we do, they knew the power of influence and control over one's mind. In a similar way, when you're talking to a woman, it's important to speak her language. This is because everyone has their own unique way of talking to themselves, and tapping into that style can help you connect with them more deeply. This method is about getting in sync with how her subconscious mind processes information, which is where implanted commands come in. An implanted command is basically a phrase that is meant to bypass the conscious mind and speak directly to the subconscious. It's not blunt or direct, which women can find off-putting if it sounds like a command. Instead, by hiding these commands in a longer, more harmless sentence, you effectively hide them. If you want to plant an idea without setting up defensive walls, you could say something like, "I wouldn't tell you to think about how comfortable and relaxed you feel around me, because I'd rather you discover these feelings naturally over time." This sentence skips over the conscious filters and plants the idea of comfort and ease directly into the subconscious. It's beautiful because it suggests without demanding. Another example is, imagine us just enjoying a conversation without worrying about where it might lead. In this case, the command "enjoy a conversation" sneaks in without being noticed, making her feel at ease and open during your interactions. Connection, not trickery, is what's important here. Stoicism teaches us to respect the way things happen and our feelings naturally flow. By using implanted commands wisely, you align with this flow and let her experience her feelings and thoughts as if they were her own. This technique, when used thoughtfully, respects her autonomy while also creating a way for real connection. As the Stoics said, the best way to communicate is to reach someone where they are speaking in a way that they understand and respond positively. By taking this approach, you'll not only make an impression, but you may also create a meaningful connection that feels right for both of you. So the next time you want to make an impact, think about how you can gently plant an idea that grows organically in our mind, just like the Stoics would have said. Now, if you're still with us and enjoying the video, please take a moment to pause and leave a yes in the comments to show your commitment to becoming a more attractive version of yourself. Let's continue on this journey together. This may seem simple, but there's a deep connection with Stoicism that teaches us about the bravery of standing by our beliefs and the importance of being able to say what we think in a clear and respectful way. When you want to make an impression, especially on someone you're interested in, how you share your ideas can really make a difference. First things first, speaking up about your ideas and thoughts is a sign of confidence. Don't just listen in on talks. It's important to give your opinion. This doesn't mean you have to take over every conversation or be loud about it. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius say that when you're getting to know someone, especially a woman you're interested in, you should use your voice to show your beliefs and virtues. This will show that you're not afraid to share your ideas. Looks good on some people. It shows that you're interested, thoughtful, and most importantly, real. People are drawn to people who can offer new ideas and start intellectually stimulating talks. Just because you say what you think doesn't mean you won't have differences. That's normal. What matters is how you handle them. Stoicism teaches us not to be upset by disagreement, but to respond calmly and logically. Showing that you can handle disagreement with grace and respect for the other person's point of view not only strengthens your argument, but it also earns you more respect from those around you, including the woman whose attention you've captured. Don't get stuck on a single set of ideas or become repetitive. This can make you seem uninteresting or unrelatable. Talk about a lot of different things like art, science, politics, or your own life. It's interesting and attractive to see that you can talk about a wide range of topics. Sharing your ideas is great, but make sure they are relevant. Connecting your ideas to everyday events, feelings, or experiences builds a wall between you and her, making it easier for her to connect with and understand your points of view. Being relatable doesn't mean putting your thoughts in a simple form. It means saying them in a way that people can relate to. Lastly, always stick to your values when you're talking to people. People, especially women you're trying to connect with, respect someone who can make up their own mind and isn't easily swayed by other people. This doesn't mean being stubborn, but rather being strong and consistent in your beliefs. People find people with deep character and integrity very attractive. So the next time you're in a conversation, don't be afraid to share your thoughts. Just remember that it's not about what you say, but also how you say it and how much you respect other people's views. Ask questions, be honest, and listen with respect. This will not only make you more attractive, but it will also leave an image that goes beyond attraction. It has to do with building a relationship based on intellectual honesty and mutual respect. The fifth exchange is to flirt while talking. Flirting is an important part of the dance of draw action. It's about getting someone interested in you, which can lead to sexual chemistry. Stoicism teaches us how important it is to be yourself and interact with others in a real way. Following these ideas can help you flirt in a way that connects with her instead of just flirting. The goal isn't to be seen as another guy, it's to stand out by how you interact with her. Real sexual chemistry comes from a mix of confidence, authenticity, and mutual respect. It's about showing that you're interested in her as a person, not just a sexual partner. Nice look. Many people fail at this because they focus too much on looks or give fake compliments about how good she looks. Instead, focus on her personality, her interests, or her intellect. For example, if she talks about a book she's reading or a project she's working on, say something like, "I really admire how passionate you are about your projects. It's inspiring to see someone so dedicated." Stoicism isn't about giving in to every wind, it's about having a strong, steady core. When you flirt, remember to stick to your values and beliefs. This doesn't mean being stubborn, but it does mean not giving up your own ideas quickly to agree with hers. Women like guys who are sure of themselves and don't mind standing up for what they believe in. This makes you more interesting and attractive. Genuinely care about what she has to say, listen carefully and reply carefully. Stoic ideas and values, deep thought, and careful conversation include this in the things you say. Asking her open-ended questions that make her want to talk about more of herself shows that you care about more than just how she looks. By focusing on these deeper aspects, you make a stronger connection with her, and she will feel seen and heard, which is very attractive. Remember that flirting isn't just a game, it's a way of communicating. It's about showing interest and appreciation for someone in a way that makes them feel valued and respected. When you combine this with the Stoic principles of authenticity, integrity, and respect, you create a powerful dynamic that can leave a lasting impression. So the next time you're talking to someone you're interested in, remember these tips. They'll not only help you flirt better, but they'll also help you make connections that are both meaningful and memorable. Number 6. Speak in a different way. Charisma isn't just having a nice voice. It's using your voice to show emotions, adapt, and connect with your audience. In this case, the woman you're interested in. Women, like everyone else, are drawn to people who can express themselves in a unique and interesting way. If you can master the art of vocal expression, you'll offer something that truly stands out. Most guys don't think about how they use their voice, but it's a tool just like any other. Here's the thing, you don't have to be born with a great voice to develop vocal expression. It's how you use your charisma that matters. If you talk in a monotone, even the most interesting things can sound dull. Instead, learn to change the pitch and volume of your voice to match the emotion and energy of what you're saying. For example, if you're telling her about an exciting experience you had, when you get to the most exciting part, change your voice to match. Turn up the volume. If you want to get her attention, speed up and let your voice show how excited you are. On the other hand, if you want to share something important or personal, slow down and lower your tone. Using your voice in a dynamic way can bring your stories to life and make you more interesting. From a Stoic point of view, the way we speak should mirror how we feel inside. Controlled, yet expressive. Deliberate, yet natural. Marcus Aurelius and other Stoic philosophers were known not only for their knowledge, but also for how they explained it. They knew the power of a well-delivered speech or a piece of calm advice. When you change the way you talk, you change the tone of your voice. As the conversation goes on, change your pace and volume to show that you're not only there, but also actively participating. Women find it very attractive when men communicate in a way that makes the conversation more vivid and memorable. If you can master this aspect of communication, you offer a rare trait, the ability to make someone feel through your voice. This isn't just about making her laugh or impressing her with stories. It's about making her feel a range of emotions simply through your tone and delivery. When she walks away from your conversations, she will remember your voice, the way you spoke, and the feelings you evoked. Reading out loud with a lot of emotion can help you sound different, or you could even join a speaking club. Remember that the goal isn't just to sound different, but to fully connect with your conversations emotionally and dynamically. This kind of vocal presence doesn't just get you heard, it gets you remembered. 7th, discuss the future. Talking about the future is a strong way to show that you care about your relationship. It's not enough to just make plans. You should also show that you want to be a part of each other's lives in the long run. Hall Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and to plan for the future through wise actions and thoughts by talking about plans for the future. You live by this idea. You're planning ahead, thinking about what might happen, and showing that you care about many people. It's important to feel safe, and talking about future plans like going to a concert next year or planning a vacation shows that you see yourself with her in the future. This doesn't just mean physical security, but also emotional and relational stability. For example, if you're talking to her on a nice evening and bring up a concert of a band you both love that's happening in a few months, even jokingly suggesting, "Hey, maybe we should see them live next summer," can spark excitement and anticipation. In the same way, talking about dreams like starting a project together or even small future plans shows that you're thinking about a shared path. Stoic wisdom isn't about acting without thinking. It's about acting in a thoughtful and proper way. Make sure that your relationship is at a point where talking about the future feels natural and not forced. You don't want to rush these conversations because they can overwhelm instead of inspire if they're brought up too soon. Talking about the future gives her something to look forward to and think about. It's not just about the plans you make, but also about the message they send that you value the possibility of a future together. These talks can have a big effect on how she feels and thinks about you because they plant the idea of longevity and dependability, which are qualities that people look for in a partner. The conversations are real. If you want to be considerate of her responses, don't use talking about the future as a strategy. Instead, use it as a way to truly express your intentions and feelings. These talks should be interactive, letting her share her hopes and concerns, making it a mutual exchange of hopes and dreams. In some ways, talking about the future can be a beautiful way to deepen your connection. Think about her, commit to her, and want to include her in your life's journey. Like the Stoics, who valued wisdom and foresight, you can use these talks to not only make smart plans, but also strengthen the bond between you and her, making her think of you and the possibility of your relationship long after the talk is over. Remember that the goal is to grow together, envisioning a future that makes you both happy. Number 8. Leave information gaps. This strategy isn't just a game. It's a thoughtful way to pique someone's interest and make them want to learn more about you. It also fits perfectly with a Stoic approach to relationships, where the focus is on real connection and depth rather than just surface-level interaction. Think about your favorite book or movie. What kept you interested? It was probably the secret. The things you didn't know that made you want to learn more. When you're trying to get a woman to think about you, this idea means letting her learn about different sides of your personality over time instead of showing her everything at once. This is called information gaps. These are times when you say something interesting but leave out just enough details to make her curious. It means showing parts of your story or character in a way that makes people want to know more. Stoicism teaches us the value of restraint and the power of the unsaid, which can lead to a deeper exploration of knowledge and understanding. For example, if you're talking about a recent adventure, you might not mention the outcome but rather something unexpected that happened. Like I was hiking in the Rockies and ended up in a surprising situation with just a map in my wits. Then you pause, which creates a natural cliffhanger that makes her want to know what happened next. By not giving away everything at once, you become a puzzle she wants to solve. People are naturally interested, and when we see a hole in our knowledge, we feel compelled to fill it. This is especially true in social situations. When she finds these holes, she'll think about them, be curious about them, and want to spend more time with you to fill them. Stoicism isn't about lying or manipulating others. It's about knowing when to speak and when to listen. When building relationships, Stoicism encourages keeping a dignified reserve, which gives your character more depth by not telling everyone everything about yourself right away. If you follow this principle, you are a Stoic. Some things are more valuable when they are found out over time and not given away for free. But be careful not to go too far into secret, because that can make you seem cold or uninterested. The key is balance. Share just enough to keep the conversation going, but leave just enough out to spark interest and curiosity. This balance will not only make you more interesting, but it will also build mutual respect and interest, which can lead to deeper, more meaningful interactions. So the next time you're talking to someone, remember that it's not just about what you say, but also what you don't say. Let your stories breathe and give her room to wonder and ask questions. 9. Don't give her your full attention. Stoicism teaches us the value of self-discipline and the importance of focusing on our own lives and virtues in relationships. This can be seen as not always being available or constantly giving attention to someone else, even if you're deeply interested in them. It's about balancing your time and energy wisely. When you're always available, it's easy to be taken for granted, and people tend to value what is less available to them. By not being immediately accessible all the time, you create a sense of your own worth and show that you have your own life. With goals and passions, this isn't about playing games, it's about genuinely caring about your own growth and pursuits. Imagine working on a project that's important to you, learning a new skill, or even moving up in your career. These pursuits not only make your life better, but they also make you more interesting and attractive. Self-motivation is a very good quality to have. When you are really working on better yourself, you naturally become less available, which can make you more interesting and appealing. Instead of constantly checking your phone or making plans just to be with someone, you are working on yourself. Make it a point to reach your clear goals, like going to the gym, reading more books, or working on a personal project. Let your actions show that you're a serious person. This doesn't mean ignoring her totally. Instead, give her attention while also giving yourself attention. When you finally get to spend time with her after being really busy, your conversations will likely be deeper and more interesting because you'll have more to talk about. She'll also appreciate the work you put into making time for her. Because of this balance, she might value the times she does spend with you more because they happen when you have other important things to do. Think of yourself as a high-value person who values their time and the time of others. This will not only change how you see yourself, but also how others, including the woman you're interested in, see you. It's about earning respect and showing it by how you live your life and interact with others. So follow the Stoics' advice. Focus on improving yourself, use your time wisely, and find a good balance. How much attention you give and receive. This will not only make you more attractive to others, but it will also make your life richer and more fulfilling. Remember that this isn't about ignoring relationships. It's about making your own life better so that you add more value to the time you do spend with others. Bonus. Stoic lessons can help us become stronger and grow as people if we follow them in our daily lives. Not only do we need to understand these ideas mentally, we also need to show them in our actions and choices. Stoic theory can be put into practice in the real world through the practice of mindfulness. By becoming more aware of our thoughts and feelings, we can learn to deal with life's problems with more clarity and calm instead of reacting on the spot. Give yourself a moment to calm down, breathe, and look at the situation logically. This will help you make a better decision instead of letting your feelings guide you. The idea of acceptance is another important part of Stoicism. Accepting the things we cannot change frees us from unnecessary suffering and allows us to focus our energy on what is within our control. This doesn't mean passively resigning ourselves to fate, but rather embracing reality as it is and making the best of it by shifting our focus from external circumstances to our internal attitudes and responses. We reclaim our power and agency in life. Furthermore, practicing gratitude can profoundly transform our outlook on life. Stoics understood the importance of recognizing and appreciating the blessings we have, no matter how small. By cultivating the mindset of gratitude, we train ourselves to see the beauty and abundance in every moment, even amidst adversity. This fosters a sense of contentment and resilience that enables us to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and equanimity. Ultimately, the true essence of Stoicism lies in its practical application to everyday life. By integrating these timeless teachings into our thoughts, words, and actions, we can cultivate inner strength, wisdom, and peace of mind as we embark on this journey of self-discovery and personal transformation. Let us remember what the Stoic said: Phil doesn't need to argue any longer about what a good man should be like. As we wrap up today's discussion of how Stoicism affects human relationships, we'll talk about B1 inclusion. Remember that the essence of attraction isn't just a fleeting moment, but a long-lasting, meaningful link. The techniques and insights we've talked about today aren't just strategies. They're basic rules that help us live a calmer, more reflective life. If this video spoke to you, please leave a comment below with "I do" to show that you're committed to incorporating these Stoic principles into your life. We'd also love to hear your personal stories or any reflections this discussion may have sparked. Your interactions enrich our community and help us all grow. Don't forget to watch the recommended video on your screen for more insights and discussions that can further enhance your understanding and application of Stoicism. Thank you for spending time with us today. Keep striving, keep learning, and remember that every interaction is a chance to practice patience, deepen your understanding, and build real connections.